Thank you for plugging into this Family Life News podcast, streaming issues-driven, family-focused news. Welcome to another edition of Hometown Heroes on Family Life. I'm your host, Bill Price. Our guest this week, Peggy Austin from Yorkshire, New York. She runs the Trading Post in nearby Springville, a one-stop shop for those in need. The Trading Post, what is it? Why was it started?
Well, Bill, the Trading Post is one of the few places where people can turn to meet their everyday needs in the Springville area. Ultimately, it's about creating opportunities for families to obtain clothing, food, meals, infant supplies, and basic household items, all in an atmosphere that nurtures dignity and hope.
Now, how has the COVID-19 pandemic impacted what you guys do there?
Oh, boy. In the beginning, with all the questions of COVID, we lost some of our regular volunteers while an increasing amount of needs were presented. Bill, our family numbers increased by 20% at the beginning of COVID. The stories, they were heart-wrenching. Many individuals lost their jobs with no income to pay their mortgage or their car payment, let alone put food on the table. And that's where we were able to help. I think back to the beginning of COVID-19 and remember crying every day with others. Each and every story that I heard brought more tears.
How are you guys supported, Peggy, and what needs do you currently have?
Well, some people may remember the Trading Post was run by Fellowship Hill Ministries for 15 years. In 2017, our church took over the operation of the Trading Post in order to keep it running. So now Revive Wesleyan helps provide oversight. That's when I got involved. We are funded by the food bank, individual donors, and community donations. We accept donations of clothing and accessories, infant and household items. We also have special events and fundraisers throughout the years. Another big way that we're supported is by volunteers. We utilize over 8,000 volunteer hours a year, and I'm always praying for new volunteers.
Yeah.
So if anyone listening wants to serve with us, they can come to the Trading Post and get a tour.
And if I'm listening to you right now, Peggy, and I want to check out the Trading Post, where can I find you and what hours are you open?
You can find us at 38 Franklin Street in Springville, and our hours are Tuesday 1 to 5, Wednesday, Friday, and Saturday 10 to 2.
You're listening to Hometown Heroes on Family Life. Our guest this week is Peggy Austin from Yorkshire, New York. And how does it make you feel, Peggy, to know that you're helping people in need, especially these days with so many hurting families? How does it make you feel to know that you're stepping in and helping those folks?
Well, it's so hard for me to put into words how my heart feels. But I came alive when I came to the Trading Post for the first time. I lived a life as a single mom, and it seemed like everything was always a struggle. So it's easy for me to relate to other people who are struggling. I'm so blessed to be a part of the Trading Post, where we can show love and give hope to others. The
Trading Post is just a small part of the overall operation. What other ministries are you guys a part of there?
Well, Bill, we have several ministries under one roof. We have our food pantry, which is open 3 days a week. Community kitchen, where we serve a takeout lunch on Fridays. We have a mobile food pantry distribution from Feedmore, Western New York, and it's on the third Friday of every month. Our Feeding America bread and produce distribution is 3 times a week. These are items that are donated through Walmart, Tops, and Aldi. Our Trading Post clothing closet and thrift store is open 4 days a week. We have a giving tree. Our giving tree consists of infant care items, back-to-school supplies, and a toy distribution at Christmas. Altogether, we estimate that we are serving over 1,900 individuals a year.
You know, there's probably 1,900 amazing stories that you could share with the people that you've helped out. It's such a blessing to so many in that community. But if you had to pick one, Peggy, that kind of stands out in your mind is, yeah, this is why we got to do what we got to do, is because of this story. What would that story be?
I have so many stories. I can think of Roger, who once told me that it was the only hot meal that he gets to share every week after he lost his wife. And then there was another girl, Sherry, who came into the store devastated that she had to leave her home because of mold and rebuild her life. This one mom always comes to my mind when I'm asked to share a story. She has a family of 7 trying to make ends meet. And recently, a woman came into the store. Her name was Rachel, and she burst into tears when I told her we could help her with toys for Christmas for her kids. There's new stories every day.
That's Peggy Austin from Yorkshire, New York, this week's Hometown Hero. Join us next week as we search for your home, your town, your hero. It's Hometown Heroes on Family Life.